Everybody, welcome to another show. It's Friday, the 26th, Boxing Day here in the States. We're live again from Studio B at the Beach Street Yacht Club in San Francisco's beautiful Marina District.
Indeed.
And we've got some sunshine for the moment, at least outside. Julie, I trust you're well.
I am.
Co-host, Commodore of the Beach Street Yacht Club, a longtime member of the St. Fancy, Julia Vedekint.
Yes.
And my landlady, so she's...
Better be good.
To do that again. Hang on, I got to cut the camera 3. There we go. The Ministry of Sailing. That's Captain Jack Schaefer. He just heading back to Annapolis. He just landed. I saw a picture from him earlier, having delivered a boat to Antigua. Lance Burke back in SF where the lights were. Yeah, he's had some power outages again down in Half Moon Bay.
There are lots of electrical outages.
Outages. Your brain and mouth are having an outage there,
yeah,
Julia.
I know.
Blake Middleton up in the land of 10,000 and more, 11 now, almost 12,000 lakes. Happy Boxing Day of the U.S. version. Tier DeYoung down in SoCal. Ted Ryman in Cape Town in the Republic of South Africa. Jody Shields. Sorry, missed the live stream last night. He's up in Vancouver in the snowy
I love the
ski
picture
country
of
up there. Greg Phillips is from the Gold Coast in Oz. I'm your host, Tom Eamon. Welcome to the show number. What show is this? 890-something. 5, I think. Thank you for joining us. We do this every Tuesday and Friday. And let's start with the breaking news. There is the live tracker, not the official tracker, but the windy tracker. I prefer the EE tracker. And they're just down there off of Eden. And actually, that is from some time ago. Let me go to the live because I've got the live teed up here. That was a screen grab that I did about a half an hour or so ago. There's now the live tracker, and you can see Master Lock Comanche has a bit of a lead. It's been close.
Yes.
In fact, we've got the video when they passed Law Connect last night, and they are well off the pace. If you look over here on the right, the pace from 2017, meaning the record, they're way behind that, 54, is that right, miles behind. They're not going to set any kind of record because they've had the wind on their nose all night, since they got outside the heads.
They didn't really expect to either.
Exactly. You're exactly right. But Master Lock Comanche with a lead of about 5 miles. And they are 4.6 miles ahead of Law Connect, who are ahead of Scallywag, SHK Scallywag, David Witt and co., who are about 5 miles back of the second place boat. Then Lucky, the New York Yacht Club, Chicago Yacht Club boat, here the U.S. entry, they are in fourth. And Palm Beach, everybody, including myself, a little worried about whether they were going to hold together. They're doing quite well. They're in fifth place. And then the pre-race favorite to win again in the IRC Celestial, the Volvo 7D, are in sixth. Those are the line honors. If we go to the IRC overall, you'll see Celestial in the lead there, the Volvo 70, then URM, then Lucky, then Scallywag, Master Lock. So the big boats are at the top of the IRC uncorrected so far. So we'll look down the track. As I said, they're down now off of Eden, a bit south of Eden. Can't put the wind in on this. I don't know how to do it on this. Come on, it's got to be. This is the windy app. We'll figure that out during the video. But we've got a great show ahead of us. Thank you for joining us here on our regular Friday show. We had last night, Julia, something north of 4,400 views already of that live stream.
That's terrific.
You watched it too. You were up in the Commodore Suite. We had a great time. Thank you all of you who joined us, whether on the Zoom, but we were streaming to Facebook and YouTube, and it was great fun. So happy Friday. Happy St. Stephen's Day. If you're in a Catholic country, we used to celebrate that when we lived in Spain for nearly 10 years. And happy Boxing Day to those of you in the Commonwealth, including and especially Australia. We have a Fozy Focus at the top of the show, and Merry Christmas from a lot of the Fozy from around the world, and Happy Holidays. Coaching Corner, Jon Emmett, our international man of mystery and regular international correspondent, is in Sydney Harbor, or was in Sydney Harbor for the start yesterday, and he's filed a report from out on the water, a couple of videos, in fact.
Awesome.
And his wife is sailing.
Yes.
Lily Zhu is sailing in the race, her first big boat, not big boat, but her first Sydney Hobart. And that's our feature today, the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia's fabulous 80th Rolex Sydney Hobart Yacht, not racing, but race. I like that they call it a yacht race and not a sailboat race or something else. Mm-hmm. Last leg, we're going to wish a happy 70th, somewhat belatedly, to our Super Fozy, Alistair Murray. Stay tuned for that. That'll be fun.
Yes, indeed.
This day in history, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and of course our fantastic Fozy. And you can see from the shorter than usual list at the starting line, we're focusing, of course, on the Rolex Sydney to Hobart. Gordon Smith, good evening to all. A great time of year to appreciate all the wonderful people who inhabit this lump of rock circling the sun. It is the difference that makes a difference, indeed. Well said, Gordon. Pedro, foiling sailor. Peter Stevenson, does anyone know the baseball score? He's probably talking, I don't know, about cricket or something. Cricket. Rick Bannero, hello from Connecticut, having beaten the first flakes. Yeah, they got a big snow dump going on in New York and then up through Connecticut. Claire Harrington flew her plane this morning. She is something else, Julia.
I know. And
she is peripatetic.
I know. Well, on the go.
She is on the go, the Commodore of the newly installed Commodore, and she flew her plane up to someplace in the Northeast, having had it checked out, and she's up either now. She is flying.
Yeah.
Right? And she's texting.
Yes.
I'm sure it's on autopilot. I'm sure it's perfectly safe, probably safer than driving on the highway. And she takes a picture.
Yes.
And she sends me a picture and says, "Do you know where this is?" And I'm looking at this photo she sent, and all I could see was it was over an airport that had a runway 15. So, of course, I do a quick search online. There are two airports with a runway 15 in the Northeast.
Uh-huh.
Rick Bannero will know this. Bradley International in Hartford has a runway 15. And then unbeknownst to me, so does Groton, New London Airport. And she was flying right over that and then past Newport. And then I don't know if she's going out to Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket. There once was a man from Nantucket, Julia.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Who's what? I'm not going to go to the rest of it.
No, I was going to say.
We'd get in trouble.
I know.
we'd have to do a finger wag.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jody Shields telling us that Wild Thing is out. Yeah, we've heard that. Rig damage, that's too bad. And Lance Burke is saying we go back to this, click on the, and Lance has become one of our great experts for this sort of stuff. Click on the right, on the white box down here. The white box at the bottom, the big white box. Oh, okay, there we go, the windy map. Thank you, Lance Burke.
Uh-huh.
Do you like this map? Yes, we do. And I like the windy app. I use it a lot. And let's go now and click and zoom that in. Thanks, Lance Burke.
Uh-huh.
And now you can see as they are good, pretty good, pretty well south now of, they're working their way down past Eden now by quite a bit. And again, Master Lock Comanche, as you can see right there, has a comfortable lead of some 4.5 miles, 4.6 miles a minute ago, I think it was, over Law Connect. And the breeze, it's hard to see. It was a little brighter a moment ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get that? There, I guess that's by zooming out a bit, we get more of the breeze. You can see it's southwesterly, supposed to go to the south and then southeasterly. So it's been on the nose all night. It's what time down there now in SYD? It's 0800, 08 in the morning. And if we go, also, Julia, you were looking for this. This is a live shot, a live stream from Law Connect.
Yeah.
It's buffering at the moment. There, now it's live. And they have been on and off. In fact, we knew they were going to be going live again at 1300 our time, which is 0800 down Sydney down there on Saturday morning. So you can go to their I don't know the URL. Somebody can put it in the chat for us, please. But if you just go to YouTube and then Google Law Connect, you will find their live stream coming off the boat. Mm-hmm. You can see the Saturday morning conditions there. Fabulous stuff. And, of course, a fabulous race all around. And we've enjoyed it. As usual, we've been doing that watch party now for the start. I don't know, 6, 7 years, 8 years?
I didn't count, but yes, about that time.
Been a lot of fun. Christmas around the world. I've got some cards, some images, some memes. This is from Dolly DeVola down in Australia, who's a windsurfer par excellence, still racing in that class and doing well winning. Or certainly placing.
Yes.
Nice, Dolly, to have that. This from the Sandringham Yacht Club. This from Chris Fury, whose wife is the Vice Commodore at Sandringham, at the Sandy, as they call it, in Melbourne, down south and east of Melbourne. Chris Fury sent that along.
It's a good picture.
Isn't that a nice picture, too? Daniel Forster. A Rolex picture from, I don't know, it doesn't really look like the Big Boat series. It looks like something in Newport, maybe, Newport, Rhode Island. I'm not quite sure. But wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Daniel Forster, courtesy of Rolex. Now, do you recognize that Yacht Club, Julia, or the Burgee up in the corner? You see the Burgee up there?
Yeah.
You recognize that club?
I don't.
Speaking of Swiss, with Daniel Forster, as the Gstaad Yacht Club, which I'm a proud founding member, and it's going strong after now 20-some-odd years.
Doesn't that feel good?
We started it in 80. We were on track at a Formula One thing, so that would have been 98, I guess. 98, so 08, 18, that's 25 years.
Yeah.
In change at the Gstaad Yacht Club, Gstaad, as they say in Gstaad in Switzerland. Beautiful time of the year to be at the Gstaad Yacht Club. We have our AGM. I haven't been in a number of years, but a fabulous club. And up in the mountains there in Suiza in Switzerland.
There's all 4 Santas?
Yeah, I think that's a 6-meter. That looks like somebody did that during maybe during the 6-meter Worlds. This summer at Sewanaka Corinthian did that to have their Christmas card aboard Stella. Mm-hmm. That came from Claire Harrington, but I think any number of you have seen that and maybe received that image. This, you see who's on the wheel of that boat, Julia?
No.
See that? Gentlemen, he's a Fozy, a super Fozy. That is Mr. Dr. Andrew McIrvin.
Oh, it
wishing everyone a happy Christmas.
That's nice.
And New Year, sailing, it looks like he's sailing in Cowes Week on his boat, on his, what is it, a 42-footer. Andrew McIrvin from Great Britain. Now this, you would expect, Julia, from a nerd like Hamish Ross, super bright lawyer.
Yes.
He sent not a Christmas card, but a book report. And he sent a note the other day, maybe you saw it in the Super Fozy thread. He said, in the chat, he said, does anyone know this Nathaniel Nat Philbrick? He's the author of several other books, including In the Heart of the Sea and Valiant Ambition. He's got a new book out called Second Wind. Hamish has ordered it. Maybe he's already reading it. And the subhead there at the bottom says, A Sunfish Sailor, an Island, and the Voyage That Brought a Family Together. Now, I know that Claire, Commodore Harrington, knows Nat. I raced against Nat in the Sunfish class 100 years ago.
Wow.
He's not quite my age. He's probably 60-something, 60-ish,
yeah.
So 10 years younger. But we raced in the Sunfish class. He's a hell of a good sailor and a famously good writer. I mean, he's written a lot of books that are big-time books. Nat Philbrick. So Hamish is going to delve into that book and give us a book report. Thank you, Hamish, for that.
Good.
He's spending his Christmas holidays reading. This came from Ed Worley. I love this one. This is another great, so many of these things. So many are sailing oriented, and not just because of sailors, but a lot of people like the sailing motif, I guess.
Yeah.
This one's an oldie but goodie. This has been out and around. That's, I think, Newport, Rhode Island, there in the background. Hammersmith Farm, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But that looks like...
North Sails.
Yeah, North Sails on that, older boat and older sails, but I believe that's the East Passage of Narragansett Bay. This from the other day when I was out at the airport going down to Balboa Yacht Club into Newport Beach. I don't remember any airport in the world, Julia, that gets as decorated up as our own airport here in San Francisco. I mean, all the way in, there's lights on either side. I mean, lots and lots and lots of lights on everything and the whole drive in. And then the international terminal is all lit up as the other terminals. Very festive time at SFO.
I try to stay away from the terminal during the holidays.
Fair point. Then we've got this one, which I used. It's my favorite one. It's obviously an Ilka, a laser, takeoff on a laser with a rather straight boom and a lot of breeze.
Yeah.
Nice image. And we want to wish all of you a belated happy holidays, Merry Christmas as we get toward now the New Year, Kwanzaa, and the other holidays this time of year. Julie, any thoughts about all that madness?
No, it's a special time of year, and we should all relax and enjoy it.
Now, that thing in front of you, do you call that a poinsettia or a poinsettia?
Seta.
Poinsettia, even though it's spelled poinsettia with a T-I-A.
Yes.
The I is silent.
I don't know.
Did you like that I put poinsettias there on your table, on my table, and indeed there's a couple behind me?
I did.
Do you think those are real or fake?
I know.
Feel that. It's real. Feel it. You haven't ever felt it.
Oh, I have. Because I usually have big, huge pots of
You do usually get 4 or 5, 6 of them from
Yes.
Home Depot or some one of those discount big houses. Julia,
Sir.
if I tried to put real poinsettias in here or poinsettias, they would die.
Mine last for a year or longer.
Wow. Well, you've got a greener thumb than I. I think my thumb is dirt brown or black or something. That's the Fosey Merry Christmas around the world. Let's just thank everybody who tuned in last night. I was astonished when I looked today at the numbers for our watch party last night. And part of it is because YouTube has, we co-streamed as usual to YouTube and to Facebook, and I think we had 1,500 views on Facebook, but then Foley a bunch more on YouTube in what, less than 15, 16, I guess 18 hours now. So it's good, and we appreciate it. And that helps the show down the road.
Of course.
But it's always fun, too. We had a lot of people on live last night during the watch party. Good fun all around. Julia?
Sir.
What are we celebrating today?
Keep calm.
Ed Vetrano, who's here in the Bay Area, is just saying, oh, my God, it's the sun. And if I look out there, Julie, you can see it's brightened right up, and we've got, I don't know if gale force winds, but man, has it been windy and rainy here. But, you know, those of us who grew up in Michigan, this is just a norm. And they're having 8+ inches of snow as we speak in the Northeast. It's wintertime up here. It's not a big problem, not a big deal.
What's been a problem is the electrical outages.
Well, we haven't had any power outage. We'll probably go out during. I probably just jinxed it.
I know.
Probably go out during the show now.
I shouldn't say that. Yeah.
Lance is saying that Palm Beach 11 was heading south again. Maybe they had a bit of a problem. Let's go have a look at the tracker and see what that is all about. There is Master Lock, then Law Connect, then Scallywag, then Lucky, and up here's Palm Beach. Ted, they had a bit of a turn to the east or west, Lance. Hopefully they're okay. And interesting that a lot of people, me included, as I said at the top of the show, thought that maybe they wouldn't get out of the heads with all that new gear that they've got, but they switched everything back at the last minute, and they seem to be hanging in there okay. We certainly hope they do. And Chris Fury is saying hi to the Fosey, not from Australia, but from Winchester Cathedral in the UK. He's in Winchester, UK. Julia, back to what are we celebrating today?
Oh, well, it's British.
Yes. So what are they celebrating in the Commonwealth today?
Boxing Day.
Exactly. Now, what is Boxing Day? Do you know? Well, there's about 3 or 4 or 5 different theories. To which one do you subscribe?
To the first one I was introduced to.
Which was what?
It's the day after Christmas, and one takes one's already used packages and those that you're going to give away to charity
and your church and servants and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as usual, I have a video because you would think poorly of me if I didn't.
What is Boxing Day all about? For me, Boxing Day is all about one thing.
And he's done it! Bowling! Very first ball! Steve, what sort of form is he in?
But for others, the 26th of December is a day to recover from Christmas, relax, nibble on a bit of leftover ham, and of course do a bit of shopping. But where did it all begin? It began in the United Kingdom, but there's a bit of speculation around exactly when. Most historians reckon it was somewhere around the Middle Ages, when servants were given a day off after Christmas to spend time with their family. As for the Boxing name, well, some reckon these servants and other working class people around the same time would receive Christmas boxes full of gifts or money from all the people they'd served throughout the year, and Boxing Day was when they'd get to open them. Another theory comes from Christianity. December 26 was also called the Feast of Saint Stephen, who was the first Christian martyr. That's what you call someone who's killed for their religious beliefs. Throughout the year, people would donate money in a box in the church. On the 26th of December, that box was opened and distributed to the poorer people in the parish. During the 15 and 1600s, these Christmas boxes also became a good luck charm for many seafaring ships. It was generally just a small box that was blessed by a priest and kept on board. If the ship made it home safely, the box was given back to the priest to be opened the day after Christmas. These days, Boxing Day in Australia is generally just about sales. Which is a chance for people to return unwanted gifts and shops to clear their stock after Chrissy. But it's also the beginning of the Sydney to Hobart Yacht Race, the start of the Boxing Day Test match, and a day where I reflect on why I ate 11 mince pies the day before.
I thought that was a fabulous video.
Yeah.
Thank God for YouTube. It's so much fun. I don't, like a lot of people, I don't watch much television anymore. I watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
First thing I do when I get into Studio B in the morning, I check my YouTube. I have something like 100 YouTube channel subscriptions.
How can you watch it?
More than.
How can you watch 100?
Well, you don't. You sort of scrabble through and you say, oh, I'll watch that, and I click a bunch and put them up at the top of the browser and then go through them. And you maybe watch one all the way through and the rest you kind of scrabble through or, oh, that doesn't look so interesting. YouTube, like, I don't know who this guy is, obviously an Aussie, but he made the connection for Boxing Day to big old ships, historical ships. I didn't know anything about a box being blessed by the priest. What did they put in that box that went on the ship that had been blessed by the priest or by the reverend or whomever? And then it came back. If the ship came back, they gave the box back to the preacher. What was that? Somebody must know.
Well, didn't he say contributions?
No, well, that was contributions was earlier. That's alms for the poor, but I don't know why they had a box that was blessed by the priest that went, or the reverend that went on the ship. But nonetheless, and of course, Boxing Day, he did say there's a game of cricket. And Dolly, you would think poorly of me if I didn't cover something about the cricket today, and we'll get to that in a moment. But if you're in a Catholic country, as we said in the starting line at the top of the show, when we lived in Spain, this was always a bit of a day, or a rather big day, St. Stephen's Day, the feast. So you had another feast. And of course, most of the European countries, unlike the U.S., they celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. They give the presents out. They have a big dinner. Right, Julia?
I don't know.
Yeah, they do. And it's Christmas Eve is the big kind of presents and all that. Christmas Day, you go to church and you celebrate the birth of Christ and so on.
Right.
St. Stephen's Day, the next day you have another feast and away you go. Then there is the cricket. And I have done some research, so correct me when I inevitably make mistakes trying to describe this for those of you who are not keen cricket aficionados.
I know.
The Ashes is the oldest and most famous cricket rivalry in the history of the world. Goes back to the 1880s. And it goes back and forth Whoever wins it between Australia and England,
Yeah.
this fabulous competition, it's more or less every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in the midst of it now. There are 5 tests already taking place in Perth, Brisbane, and Adelaide. And as we speak, yesterday, people who were not watching the start of the Sydney Hobart were watching the cricket test at the NCG, the National Cricket Grounds. Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
In Melbourne.
Melbourne.
And then there is a final, 5th match in Sydney on the 4th of January. This so far, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch the Fosey because we got a bunch of British Fosey, we got a bunch of English Fosey, we got a bunch of Australian Fosey, and then there's the people on the we got Ryman, who's a Brit but living in South Africa, where cricket's a deal, and you got the Kiwis, where cricket's a deal, and the Indians and the Pakistanis. Tell me who else. But man, is this Ashes thing is a big effing deal, and they're all talking about it and giving each other a little serve, as they would say in Australia. MCG, Melbourne Cricket Ground. Okay, I'm sorry, the NCG, where's that, Peter Salwin? MCG, Gordon Smith. See, I knew that. I had to be corrected. I knew I would screw this up.
No.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but Australia has won the first 3 tests. And after yesterday, they lead in the 4th, the one that's going on now in Melbourne, by 46 runs. Now, do you know what that means, Julia? 46 runs?
Yes.
I don't have a clue, so you can explain.
Oh, I can't explain it. I mean,
I don't have a clue, but that's the current score. Australia leads by 46 runs at the end of day 1 yesterday. Largest crowd, Andrew Barkworth is telling us, yes. They had 94,000, almost 95,000 people in the Melbourne Cricket Grounds for that test yesterday. There's Claire Harrington speaking in German. Uns ist ein kein geboren. What the hell is that? About to head to Lake Macquarie. Have a good day, all. That's Phil Yeoman. Blake. Okay, so this is Cricket Illustrated for a very short period of time, including, Julia,
yes,
a video from yesterday.
So much excitement around the MCG. What a wonderful venue, and it's fantastic to be bringing you the pictures of, what's going to unfold here. Such a wonderful event, a chance for England to redeem themselves. Australia, they're thinking 5-0 and nothing less. Atkinson to head. A nice bit of zip there. Fuller, and latched on to by Travis. First boundary off the bat. Oh, that's beautifully put away again. Drags it on. Atkinson, excellent in the channel. Just what England needed. Is the bassinet? There is. Weatherall goes. England with the second. Gone. England have their third. Song with his second.
Got Marnus squaring up the delivery before. We got one right in that perfect area to get him to drive down the ground.
14 dots in a row to Smith. He breaks that sequence with a flowing straight drive. Open it up wide of mid-off.
Got him! Josh Tongue has been electric this morning.
I have no clue what's going on. Somebody has to teach me more about cricket. Oh, my goodness. Having lived in Australia, having lived in New Zealand, and I still don't know anything about the game, but
I understood it most when a 7-year-old explained it to me the first time. And it made perfect sense at the time.
it does look like Australia is going to dominate this series, the Ashes. And Julia, how is it and why is it named the Ashes?
Don't know.
Well, this is now Cricket Illustrated. That is the Ashes urn from 1882. One of the reasons why this series is so cool. It's not quite as old as the America's Cup, but it's got this rich history and tradition. On the 29th of August, 1882, Australia defeated England in a cricket match played at the Kennington Oval in London. There was a great deal of dismay felt by the English about this loss, and a few days later, a mock obit, an obituary notice written by Reginald Shirley Brooks, appeared in the Sporting Times, which read, "In affectionate remembrance of English cricket, which died at the Oval on 29 August 1882, deeply lamented by a large circle of sorrowing friends and acquaintances, rest in peace. Note bene, note well, the body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia." So that was the start, and this team was then configured to go to Australia in 1882-83, this English cricket team that toured Australia and started this back and forth of considerable historic proportion. Good stuff. It was arranged that a cricket team captained by Evo Bligh. There's a good sailing name.
Captain Bligh?
Captain Bligh. Would not, obviously not the Captain Bligh of, what was the name of that ship?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Oh, come on, Julia. Captain Bligh.
I know where it was.
They would tour Australia in 82-83. That's 82-83. And this team became the English Hope of Victory. Before leaving England for Australia, Bligh pledged to bring back the ashes of English cricket.
And did he?
Lance reminding us that it was, see in the chat, the HMS Bounty.
Oh,
Captain Bligh. Remember, he got set afloat after they mutinied on remember the famous several movies called Mutiny on the Bounty. So in any event, this crew, now can you tell in this picture, Julia, which one is the Honorable Evo, not Ivo, Evo Bligh, who turned out to be later the 8th Earl of Darnley? Do you see that?
Yes.
There's the guy, hits him on the left. There he is on the right. I did the research this morning.
I'm proud of you.
Huh?
I'm proud of you.
And Gordon Smith is trying to teach me and the rest of us about cricket. Fat chance, Gordon. Fat chance. So there's our little cricket lesson. That's why the Ashes is such a big deal. It is historic. Goes back to the 1880s. And now I know a little bit more about cricket, and at some point we'll have Gordon or someone else on here to give us a quick lesson. He says it's simple. Yes. You are out in the field until you are out, and then those who are out of the field are in. and vice versa. The ones who get those out before they score too much then get in to run as much as possible until they are out. Yep, simple. Ed Worley, that explains it. It's the old Lance. It's the old in and out, Julia.
Yes,
give him a finger wag. Yeah. Best way to explain cricket, Andrew Barkworth says, is for Americans. It's baseball, but more brutal. It's encouraged. They either hurt the batsman before you get. It's encouraged to hurt the batsman before you get them out. I don't know what that all means, Julia. So that's what we're celebrating today, but also we're celebrating the 80th edition of the Rolex Sydney to Hobart yacht race. And a couple days ago, Rolex put out this fabulous video just in general about their yacht racing sponsorship and partnerships.
One person can't move anything on the boat, so it's a full team effort.
Celebrate at 100%, don't make any mistakes.
To finish first you have to finish.
Absolutely nothing else matters. Got to win the race.
Reach for the crown. We love Rolex.
Yes.
One of, if not the best sponsors in our beloved sport. We appreciate them and their contributions across the board.
Indeed.
Very much. 10-year deal now, apparently, with Sail GP and a 10-year deal with New York Yacht Club.
And San Francisco.
And I don't know if it's a 10-year deal with St. Francis, but they've got a deal extended.
Yeah.
Murray Lamont is saying even we Kiwis love watching the Boxing Day test. Starts midday, and then 3 hours into it, we need another TV to put the Sydney Hobart all over a beer. It's a perfect day. Fozy Focus here at the top of the show. We're going to get now into the Sydney Hobart with the Fozies who are participating there. Friends of Sailing Illustrated, FOSI, the Fozies, as you all know. And the first one did fabulous commentary.
Yes, she did.
She's been on this show a number of times with or without her brother or her mother, Christiane, her brother, Harry, her dad, Pricey, David Price, and Olivia Price, who is now a media and communications, not only expert, but a regular commentator for our sport. She's an Olympic sailor who silvered in 2012, also was sailed in 2024 Olympics. She skippered the Women's America's Cup team for Australia in Barcelona last year, a mentor, motivational speaker, and more. She was doing the commentary on the live stream last night, along with the rest of the group, including Jimmy Spithill, who I didn't stick in here, who's technically a Fozy. He's been on the show as well.
Sure.
I don't know how many times, Julia.
But she was really good.
She is good.
Yes.
And we love her family. We love her mom and dad. And, of course, Harry Price, we've known him from Gov Cup and beyond. And great group of Aussies and a great group of sailors. She did this video for North Sails.
I'm Olivia Price, Olympic silver medalist and Rolex Sydney Hobart commentator, and I'm here to tell you a few things about the Rolex Sydney Hobart. Since 1945, thousands of sailors have braved the 628 nautical mile racecourse from Sydney all the way down to Hobart, and no Hobarts are ever the same. This year is the 80th edition of the race, and it's bringing together one of the largest fleets that we've seen in recent years, with notable entrants from interstate and internationals. For sailors worldwide, this is a bucket list item to finish on the docks of Hobart. Every edition has its own personality, and no two races are the same. From southerly busters, nor'east downwinders, and all the microclimates in between, it really is a grueling race of testing the conditions, your teamwork, and your endurance. For decades, North Sails is proud to have powered multiple line honours and overall wins, as well as divisional wins across the fleets. From 3DI endurance offshore sails to Helix load-sharing designs, the race has become a proving ground for innovation. A sail that holds its shape through a squall, or a spinnaker that lets you surf just a little bit longer. That's where great sail design pays for itself. One of the secrets of winning the Rolex Sydney Hobart is having range across your sails. Sails that can carry you smoothly through 8 knots and 28 knots, without slowing the boat down or overloading the crew. And that's something North Sails designs for. So stay up to date with all the North Sails social media channels.
Great stuff.
Yes.
She's very good. Lisa Darmanin is great, but I think Olivia is even better. And not just because she's a friend or a friend of this show.
I learned more from her comment.
I think they're both very, very bright. I think her presentation style is superb. So why does I have a black screen there, Julia? We could get rid of that and go to us.
Oh, look at that.
Without the black screen.
Yes.
Link to the Windy Tracker, please. Okay, Fabian Haraldson's asking, well, there is the link to Law Connect. And again, if you just go for the Law Connect live stream, if you go to YouTube and just in their search box, just put in Law Connect, it'll pop right up. And then if you go up here and we go to the Windy Tracker, the other tracker, the normal tracker, is on the Rolex Sydney Hobart Yacht Race site, but that is tracker.ee/SH. Okay? Tracker.ee/SH. And let's see while we're there, what's going on. Any changes? No. But they're just crossing the border there. Great stuff. And I do like that tracker. Thanks, Lance, for the tip to the wind. Now, Julia, we have another Fozy who is in this race. We've talked about her a little bit here at the top of the show, but she was interviewed by Crosby Lorimer just before they started yesterday. Have a look at this video.
Ligia, better known as Lily.
Oh, yes.
Olympic gold medalist in the laser in 2012, and you've decided to leave your dinghy days behind. You're doing offshore these days, aren't you, Lily?
Thank you. First of all, pronounce my Chinese name so well. That's really challenging for most Westerners.
Correct.
That's why my nickname is Lily. And yeah, this is my very first Sydney Hobart race. And actually, it was not long ago that I started not giving up dinghy and study a lot of keelboat and some offshore. So really excited, and I hope I can survive.
And you're well wrapped up because it's going to be cold.
Yeah, so I got down jacket as my mid layer, so waterproof, and then my skipper keep reminding me the most important thing for this race is keep dry and keep warm.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. For those of you who don't know, Lily's written the most fantastic book. She gave me a copy. It's absolutely brilliant. You should look it up. Now, you can do a plug. What's the name of the book?
The book is called Golden Lily, and then you can find it on Amazon or Fernhurst Books. Yeah.
Jon Emmett. It's a wonderful book, and it's an extraordinary tale, really, about a good deal of adversity and challenge and getting to that point where you won that Olympic gold medal. And it's an inspirational read, Lily.
Yeah, if you want to get to know the other side of the world, my country, China, my grown-up is very different from Australia or the Western world. And I always say I feel very lucky that my parents don't need to pay a penny to raise me up and then to help me become a full-time sailor. But at the same time, I lack a bit of freedom. But now, after officially retired last January 2024, now I got the freedom to travel. That's how I get to try all sorts of different boats, because even though I've been doing 20 years of dinghy sailing, always single-hander.
Yeah.
Just one sail, one person, monohull, whereas now I even try
You've got people to talk to.
Yeah, got people to talk to. That's something I need to learn to communicate with my crew. And also, I admit I have some limitation because I'm half deaf. So sailing big boat with people will always make it more challenge.
Sure.
And hearing aid on the boat can't work because it make all the noise.
All the noise, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and you've got quite a lot of physical challenges from your dinghy sailing days, injuries and things as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so one of the uncertainty I have for like offshore race like this is whether my body could cope the cold temperature well. Otherwise, I always have the dream to sail around the world. But after some training with Team Dong Vong back in the days of the Volvo Ocean Race, my body just wouldn't support me.
Look,
so,
I don't think it's a miss. That sounds very hard yards, Lily.
Yeah. At least those 600 nautical miles can still give me some opportunity to try that out. So hopefully this is a new beginning, new chapter, and I can keep coming back to do more.
Good. Just tell us briefly what's your job on the boat.
So on this boat, my task is mainly driving. That's my strongest strength, and a bit of trimming, mainsail trimming, jib, and maybe a little bit of kite. And all other roles, if I get the opportunity, I'm more than keen to learn.
Okay, so that will mean you need to be down in the galley doing some of the food as well.
Yes, yesterday I was taught how to use the gas, the oven, etc. We will have some hot dinner every day.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll leave you with it. Thanks, Lily. Lovely to talk to you. You spend half your year in England, half your year now, don't you? To stay in the warmer temperatures.
Sure, yeah. So I spent my summer in Europe, in the UK, and then now down under summer here in Australia. So if any boat would like an extra hand, let me know on Facebook, Instagram. I'm looking for a boat to sail.
There you are, crew search. All right, thanks, Lily. Have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Go well, and hope to see you in Hobart.
See you in Hobart.
God, she is cool.
Yeah, she is.
You know, we should turn this show, or we should retire, just simply turn this show over to Lily and to Cole Brower and to Olivia Price.
Yeah.
And we'd be they would be way ahead of the game. The three of them are so charming, so bright, so knowledgeable.
Yes.
And so young, Julia.
Yes. It'd be great.
Great stuff. The name of the boat, you will be asking, hello, Peter Bretschker, Commodore Bretschker there. Mazu, I guess you'd pronounce it, Mazu Denali's Little Helper. Mazu Denali's Little Helper. I know several of you are following that boat. I wonder if I can find them. I'll go have a look.
I think there are two Chinese boats.
Are there?
Two, which is why I couldn't find the name of Lily's boat when I was looking for it.
Blake says, let the women run the show with Julia. Well, that might be a little much if we had all those women. We'll have to get you on here, Blake, to help those women out and keep them balanced.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's Lily's boat. We'll keep an eye on her and see how she's doing. But that's the latest, at least to start. We're going to, that's the Fozzie Focus portion of our feature today for the 80th Rolex Sydney to Hobart Yacht Race. And now we've got Jon Emmett's report, because he flew down there since the last show. I mean, the guy gets around,
He
and he's
does.
down there with Lily, his wife, spending some warm time now in Oz for the next few weeks or months. And he reported yesterday from Sydney Harbor.
Hi, Tom, Julia, and all the folks here at the start of the Sydney Hobart race. As you can see, it's pretty close, and it's actually the first time I've been here and done this. Lee's out on Manzoo, and the atmosphere has been amazing, just walking around, looking at all the boats on the pontoon. But it feels like everywhere you go, the place is just full of sailors. We've got about a minute to go to start time, so it's going to get pretty exciting pretty soon. There's 4 different starts based on the speed of a yacht, and there's different turning marks, so everybody's going to sail the same difference. But I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone here. You can literally hear the sails and the winches turning in the background. So 4 starts with the fastest boats. There's probably about 8 or 10 of them. Lily's in a 38-footer, strong southerly, going to be pretty bumpy. So I might have a tired Lily, a cold Lily when she gets there. But it's a very important race to me. It's something that's pretty close to my heart, having looked back at the 2000 Olympics when I spent a lot of time here in Sydney, and that's when we lost Glyn Charles. Unfortunately, Johnny Merrick's died in a car crash. Glyn Charles died in the Sydney Hobart. Those guys came together to put together a star campaign. You can see the big kites coming up now, and you can probably hear the helicopter off in the background, and that was the start. So I just think we have an absolutely amazing sport here, and whenever I record to pieces the camera, I really don't think it does it any justice. But thanks very much to my cameraman, and I'm going to join the race. But sail fast, sail safe, and keep having fun.
Okay, so that's John's regular report. And of course, he's headed eventually, maybe already, to Hobart, down in Tasmania, to meet the arrivals when they get there. But he shot another video after the start. He doesn't know I'm going to run this, but it was a cool video that I found of his.
So sorry folks, no mic, but just to give you an idea of the atmosphere out here. This is all recorded, so this is not the time that you have a problem with your kite. Actually, at race start, I did record a couple of minutes for the coaching corner, and that'll be on Friday. But I don't think I can really join the Zoom because I just can't hear anything. But first Sydney Hobart for Lily, first Sydney Hobart for John. I did my good husband bit and kissed her off goodbye, and I guess catch up in Hobart in 3-4 days' time. But yeah, absolutely amazing. 130 boats. Next stop, Tasmania.
It's so nice to have the personal perspective.
Absolutely. I've been there on that day, but just crazy.
I've not been for the start of the Sydney Hobart. We had the Australia Day race when Dennis raced Ian Murray and co. It was a kind of a redo of the 87 America's Cup, and it was in Sydney Harbor in, I guess, February of 88. I was down there. We actually umpired it. It was a trial balloon for umpiring. Brian Willis, Joran Peterson, myself. I can't remember who else. And it was one of these days where, it's Australia Day, so it's their national holiday. And everybody was out watching this thing. It had been promoted magnificently. You went into a bar and there was like these posters, like a boxing, like Ali versus Foreman type boxing posters of Dennis and Ian Murray, who were going to go out and race in the 12s. And those days you could have watched, you could have walked. It felt like you could have walked across the harbor on the boats. Scary, dangerous, but the Aussies are also competent afloat, that there was really not a problem that I noticed.
Just close your eyes.
Oh, man, but it was something else. Great perspective video. Nice to see John's video. We appreciate it, as always. Jon Emmett sailing Get to the Front of the fleet. Dolly DeVola, who remembers that day, we still call the reef off Shark Island Dennis Conner Reef. And the reason, Julia, is because Dennis went aground.
Oh, he did.
He was losing, and he was going to lose the series. And being the clever promoter that he is, I think intentionally, I'm not 100% sure, Dolly might know better than I, but I think he ran his 12 intentionally aground. And
to take the tension.
Well, take the stench off the loss, take the tension off the loss, but also the pictures on the front page of the news. He just won the America's Cup, in a year before or less. And he was on the front page of newspapers all across the world, and especially across Australia. And I can't remember, Dolly, you may remember what the headline was, but Dennis on the Rocks or something,
Yeah.
Scotch on it wasn't Scotch, Dennis on the Rock. It was fabulous. And he got all the ink, and he and Murray and Kookaburra, I got to pronounce that right, didn't get any of the ink. Thanks, Jon Emmett. Get to the front of the fleet for your report. Now let's get to the formal part of the Sydney Hobart feature that we've got for you today, courtesy of Rolex.
Charged with history and anticipation, Sydney Harbour comes alive as the 2025 Rolex Sydney Hobart Yacht Race gets underway. 8 decades of challenge and tradition converge as 128 yachts start the 80th edition of the Great Race South.
The 80th Rolex Sydney Hobart Race. It's a significant part of sailing history.
A Rolex Sydney Hobart Race means a lot to every sailor. It is a dream for every amateur and professional for sure.
We will see out there today why the Rolex Sydney to Hobart is so iconic. It's shaping up to be one of the tough ones.
In one of the largest fleets seen in recent years, 5 100-foot maxis are battling for line honours, led by defending champion Law Connect, winner in 2023 and 2024. For the third year in succession, Law Connect exited the Sydney Heads in front, with Master Lock Comanche just behind. A heavy sea state awaited the fleet as the yachts reached the open ocean, with demanding conditions forecast to dominate the first 24 hours.
You've got 3-metre swells and we're going into the waves, so that means you're getting hit every 30 seconds. That's the unpleasant part about it. It's rough for a long time.
Heading into the first evening, Law Connect and Master Lock Comanche are vying for the lead on the water. Join us again for more updates from the 80th edition of the Rolex Sydney Hobart Yacht Race as the fleet continues its journey south.
Wasn't that great that Rolex got that video out that quickly?
Yes, I was going to say, when did that happen?
It just came out this morning, and of course, I spend in preparing these shows. I spend a bit of time on all my. You made fun of me earlier about my YouTube subscriptions, and of course, I've got Rolex and all the other big classes and yacht clubs and so on to see what is going on. Jon Emmett says he knows nothing about cricket, but he knows a lot about yacht racing. Now, it's the national news. It dominated the news last night, and I'm going to show you, too, both the 9 Network and Channel and Color 7, if that's what they're still called down there when we lived there. Their evening reports last night after the start.
It's one of the most challenging offshore yacht races in the world. Today, the 80th annual Sydney Hobart setting sail in wet and wild conditions. Vantage points across the harbour were packed. Crews tonight facing a treacherous journey.
An iconic start line, spectator boats forming a guard of honour as competitors sail into position. Sydney heads the gates to open seas, with Hobart not yet on the horizon. A cheer squad on the water.
There's nothing better than a Sydney to Hobart, correct. I mean, you can't beat it anywhere in the world.
Harbourside vantage points packed out as the Boxing Day tradition drew a crowd.
Quite a spectacle, really, isn't it? Especially this first corner, it's quite busy.
Have a cup of coffee, dive in the car and get out here and then have our breakfast. Now this is lunch.
The feels-like temperature, just 12 degrees at midday. Swimmers exchanged for beanies and scarves.
Lovely weather.
Grey skies aside, spirits were high.
Are we enjoying the Sydney Hobart?
At the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia this morning, family goodbyes and final preparations. Wild Thing scoring a new sandwich press.
We had one jump off the bench and explode when it hit the floor, so had to get a new one for this year. So we're very excited to test it out.
What does something like a good old toasty do for morale when conditions are cold?
It's a game changer, it really is.
On board Hollywood Boulevard, 9 Sydney Hobart first-timers coming from 5 different countries.
We all speak the same language when we're on the boat. It's like a ballet and everybody knows all the different calls, different words, and it just is very seamless and we all come together as a team, so it's awesome.
And that is the start of the race. The 129 yachts now beginning their 628 nautical mile journey south.
Heading for Hobart, the second oldest city in Australia.
The handbrakes came off and the Super Maxis let the Southerly take them for a speedy sprint.
Tony Mudd has done it again on Law Connect. He's got the jump on Master Lock Comanche for this tight reach to the heads.
Beyond the safety of the harbour, a pumping 4-metre swell with the potential to produce waves up to 8 metres high.
Hopefully we get through the first sort of 30 hours or so without too much damage.
2-time reigning champions Law Connect off to a strong start.
If you look at something like Sportsbet, where we're not the favourite.
They're not always right though, are they?
No, not always. We've never been the favourite and we've won the last 2, so you never know.
Skipper Christian Beck and swimming legend Ian Thorpe, along with other yachts, paying tribute to the victims of the recent Bondi terror attack, laying petals while passing the iconic beach. Sport, doing what it does best, bringing people together in times of division. Madison Scott, 9 News.
3 yachts have tonight retired due to mechanical issues. The rest of the fleet is doing well, but that swell and winds are due to pick up, and so they're not out of the woods yet. This is a fresh shot from Law Connect. It's right now in the lead. Comanche is hot on its tail. They're likely to arrive a day later than Comanche's record-breaking run in 2017. Now, the fastest yachts are not even likely to reach Hobart until Sunday. So,
challenging few days ahead. Maddie Scott reporting.
That was a nice touch to lay the pedals.
Yes.
I watched the briefing, the weather briefing, and they had them there at the weather briefing so yachts could collect them and drop them as they were going past Bondi last night, yesterday afternoon. Wild Thing 100 is out of the race with rigging issues. Yes, Chris Fury, we saw that earlier today. Thanks for reminding us. And Andrew Dolly DeVola saying a punter bet 250 thou. 250K on Law Connect, first out of the heads, and won 1 million Australian dollars. So it's good. You got some betting going on. You've got all those what we would call tailgates here in the States, with people having not only lunch but also breakfast out there. Maybe some fabulous stuff. That's the 9 report. Now let's look at the 7 News report from last night.
Good evening. As a titanic battle plays out in the Sydney Hobart tonight, there's been a moving moment during the race. The crews of 15 boats paid homage to victims of the Bondi terror attack, casting rose petals as they sailed past the world-famous beach.
Off with a bang. The gun goes. The smoke billows. The 100-footers take their fill of the harbour wind.
Pace is on.
And race for first turn honours in the 80th Sydney Hobart.
But these conditions are certainly made for Law Connect.
The defending 2-time champion line winner didn't disappoint.
Okay, they're around in just under 6 minutes. It's been rapid paced.
Taking out the next turn as well. Comanche close behind.
Law Connect is at the second turning mark. She's on the breeze now.
The Super Maxis combating each other and the conditions.
Oh, it's a bit bouncy. You can see the waves already coming through the heads.
A sign of things to come.
And it's going to get bumpier and bumpier.
This is the weather that no sailor wants, and they'll be battling it down all the coast tonight, smashing into waves 3 to 4 metres high, howling winds up to 70 kilometres an hour.
But who would want to be in the bow of a 100-footer?
I think there will be some retirements in these conditions.
But even during the chaos of competition, sailors still made time to pay their respects. Ian Thorpe among them, casting petals off the stern in memory of the victims of Bondi, while a sea of spectators watched on from the water and land.
Oh, very excited. It's worth it for once in a lifetime.
One yacht already retired before the cut-in. For the other 128, it was straight out to sea.
It was very special.
There won't be a record broken this year. 2025 will be a battle of endurance.
The weather models have these boats arriving about 24 hours later in about 2 days, 9 hours.
Which just means more time to fight for the victory.
We never give up until we get over that finish line.
Live to Sam Payne at race headquarters. Sam, where are the race leaders now?
Angie, the fleet is well down the south coast now, making about 100 kilometres in the past 5 hours, and they're battling big seas. But the top 5 positions have almost not changed at all since they left their heads today. We've got Law Connect in 1, Comanche 2 and Palm Beach 11 close behind. Now, these next 24 hours will be the most trying until the conditions are set to calm down. Another crew to keep an eye on is the Celestial C70. Now, it was the overall champion last year, and the winds could favour it again.
All right. Thank you, Sam.
What's fabulous coverage.
Yes.
It's the best thing in our sport, this kind of coverage. There's 2 networks, probably ABC covered. Their Australian Broadcast Corp probably also covered it. And, who knows what else was going on. But great stuff. Congratulations to everybody involved, the CYCA, Rolex, the Royal, what is it, Royal Tasman? The Royal, whatever the club is down in Tasmania, that's the other end, and as a co-host along with the CYCA. Great stuff. Let's check back in on the tracker.
Everybody's huddling.
Let's see what we got here on the tracker. Yeah, no change. You've still got the big Indian, as they're called, Master Lock Comanche in the lead. Let's go check the line honors from 7 minutes ago. IRC overall, with any luck. Let's see the IRC. Show us the IRC. I don't know why that is not working, but we don't seem to be able. Do I have to pull that down there? That's why it's not working, because it's operator error. Celestial, on corrected time now, Celestial, the Volvo 70 is leading, not by a lot, but, comfortably, I guess, by 14 miles or so over URM. The Comanche in 3rd, Lucky in 4th. Sorry, that's Comanche's 2017 record. So Lucky is in 3rd. The Comanche, Master Lock Comanche, is in 4th, and then Scallywag in 5th. So the big boat's still leading. We'll see what happens after it moderates and the breeze goes to the south west. That's the prediction, and we'll see if that then changes, starts to favor the smaller boats as they get further down the track, Julia. This from Richard Gladwell. He's been covering it, as usual, extensively with some great pictures from the CYCA, and this was his headline early this morning, our time. Little change in forecast for Saturday. It's now Saturday down there at 9 in the morning Saturdays. Fresh winds and 4-meter seas continues to be the forecast for today. Some fabulous photos. As usual. Fresh southerlies are forecast to continue into Saturday, which they're into now, for the leaders in the 80th Rolex Sydney Hobart race. According to weather routing using Predict Wind and a hypothetical Supermaxis Performance Polar, the 8 weather feeds produced by Predict Wind show the race finishing late Sunday afternoon, or the first to finish anyway. The southerly breeze forecast for the race start is expected to continue into Saturday afternoon, 24 hours into the race, with winds averaging still 27 to 29 knots, gusting 35.
That's all right for those guys.
Predicted for a point east of Eden. Well, that's where they are now. They're actually south of that a touch. And then on the southeast tip of the New South Wales coast before the leaders head into Bass Strait on their way to the finish at Hobart. There's another great photo. We've seen that picture on the video and otherwise of Master Lock Comanche. Great stuff. One of the new weather feeds in Predict Wind, this is Richard Gladwell again, PWAI, based on a combination of generative AI and forecast models shows a lighter breeze than the other models. So if it lightens up, that may help the smaller boats. We'll see. PWAI is reckoned to be the most accurate of the 8 models used by Predict Wind, or so asserts Richard Gladwell.
Mm-hmm.
There is Lucky. That's Commodore Harrington's favorite boat. Brian, what's his last name? Who is the owner, done very well with that boat over the last year or so. Lucky, it's also a Chicago Yacht Club boat, and they are the USA's great white hope in the sense that the boat is a white boat. There is another terrific photo. That is Callisto. That's the TP-52 or the PAC-52 based in New Zealand. And here's some interesting email I got this morning. Good morning, Tom. I know you're getting ready for today's show, but wanted to get this to you. Callisto, a PAC-52, was 10th off the line and is currently the division leader in the Sydney Hobart. What is most interesting to me is that among her crew members are Bill Colombo and Dean Barker, Bill of the U.S. and Dean of New Zealand, of course. Bill is a longtime Bay Area sailor and has led the Doyle Sail Loft here for years. Personally, he raced with me, not me, Tom Eamon, but the author of this email, whom I'll disclose in a moment, on Jack's back. Raced with me on Jack's back and Olsen 30 in the early 2000s as tactician and main trim. At the time, he was a simple sailmaker and provided our sails as he was breaking into the business and led us weekend warriors to 4th in the Nationals. Dean Barker, as much as he led a couple of disastrous AC campaigns, has faced some serious personal challenges. First was bowel cancer in 2019 and then lung cancer in 2021. Shows his toughness and drive to still move forward with his passion, this passion of sailing. Not sure it's main fodder for today's show, but thought you might weave it into your oral tapestry today. That came from Ed Vitrano here in the Bay Area. Thank you, Commodore Harrington. Yeah, Brian Earhart, the owner of Lucky, but thank you also to Ed Vitrano for that personal insight, which I thought, Julia, was okay, those are interesting facts. But what is really interesting is that everybody has a personal interest in this.
Yes.
Especially if you know somebody in the race. But look, we've got so many people who know somebody who are or are indeed racing. We've got Fozy left, right, and center in this thing. Dolly DeVola was out there on one of the spectator control boats yesterday, busy as a one-armed paper hanger, and he's enjoyed every minute of it. I was getting texts from him. And he said, in fact, in the chat just now that Law Connect blew a headsail. It cost them the lead and also have lost their instruments. Yeah, we'll go back and let's look at Law Connect's video because several of you have said, look, their instruments are dark. And you can see there on their mast right here.
Right.
You see that? You'd normally see instrumentation.
Right.
And there's nothing. It's dark. So they apparently have lost their instruments, which is, well, they're sailing by the proverbial seats of their pants now. And as Blake says, personal insights matter. It's what makes this sport so much fun.
Yes.
Andrew Barker is saying that the leaders are now trying to get west of the high pressure. They will hug the Tasmanian coast here later in this leg, or so he is asserting. Let's go look at that. He thinks they're going to hug right down the coast. That border there is the border, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, you Aussies. That border is the border between New South Wales and SA, South Australia. Is that correct? And they're now south of that, headed into the Straits, or nearly so. Okay, cool stuff, Julia.
Yes.
Cool stuff, to be sure.
I'm trying to remember the family name of the other the West Coast Comanche.
West Coast Comanche?
Yeah.
Meaning West Coast of the U.S.?
Yeah.
I don't remember a boat here on the West. Maybe somebody in the chat will remember that. I have a video now you're all talking about the pass, the big passing maneuver. It wasn't exactly New South Wales and Victoria. Thank you. New South Wales and Victoria, not South Australia. Thank you, Chris Ferry. That's that border we were just talking about, which is right here.
Yeah.
You can see. I'm geographically challenged, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can't hug the shore in dark with no instruments. A good info. That's Mike Martin. Hello, Mike. Talk about champion sailors. World champion in the 505 class. Several, if not many times. Peter Rechenberg is saying breeze is currently westerly along the South Victorian coastline.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the South Victorian coastline. You see it is bending. Well, over here, you can see it's westerly. Good point. So they're about maybe to sail into a righty here as they get down the coast further.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good observation. Smart people as usual. But I have a bit of a treat for you. I found the video of the pass of Comanche passing Law Connect as Law Connect was having their problems with their head. So have a look at this.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
2024? Oh, that's not the current. Oh, thank you, Clark. Or I wonder if that maybe somebody put the wrong date in there. I thought that was a current video. It came to me this morning as a current video, but maybe not. Did we have a similar pass in 2024? Uh-oh. Is that new or is that Memorex? Andrew, Dolly DeVola. Now Chris Ferry's saying it's this year. Dolly DeVola saying it's 2024. Now we're all confused. Yeah, they're on Port Tack. That really sucked. Well, I don't know if that's current video or not. Here, I thought I had found a really cool new video of the pass. But that was 2-year. Lance Burke saying that was 2 years ago, and Law Connect passed Comanche a few hundred yards from the finish. Yeah, I remember that. Greg Phillips thinks it's 2024. Mm-hmm. This year, the pass was closer to dusk. Okay, I will be looking for that video. If anybody has it, send it to me.
Yep.
I apologize. That is not this year's video. Here, I was so excited to think I had it. And, a lot of people weighing in now and are pretty sure that was the start last year, and you would think Clark Chapin said, yep, 2024. That's 2024 leaving the harbor. They are beating Bill Allen, blew the head out of the head sole. Okay, knowledgeable as they may be, having that many power boats that close to huge maxis makes me nervous, Blake Middleton is saying.
Yeah.
So that's not the current passing video.
It's really good to have all that information.
But we appreciate everybody setting us straight. And if anyone has a video of the current of the pass, it might be new to me. Well, forget about that. If anybody has a video of that dramatic, I mean, they pass them. A lot of race left.
Yep.
And Ted Ryman saying, I doubt those small speedboats would be out in today's choppy or yesterday's even choppy seas. Okay, enough of that. Mm-hmm. One last look here. This courtesy of Lance Burke. He's done a little bit of analysis for us. He said that sorry to have missed the live stream of the start last night, the watch party, but the power went out again down there in Half Moon Bay, down south of us here on the peninsula. Just after you went on air, he lost his power. Big cypress trees took out power poles. Yeah, we had a lot of wind here. Still, Julio, up until, I don't know, this morning. It was Wild Thing is retired. Yes, Lance, thank you for that. It's been a ding-dong between Comanche and Law Connect. They were drag racing starting 100 meters apart. The Big Indian eventually pulled away at nightfall. The Law Connect stream goes live again at 1300. Well, we've been watching that. in hypothetical routing of Law Connect using the 12 Zulu GFS starting from 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that Hobart ETA after midnight tomorrow, Sunday, our time. And there is Lance's, his idea of what if he were navigating, what they might be doing as their course, that courtesy of Lance Burke. By the way, the Rolex Sydney Hobart Day 2, the morning live show, will be coming up here in about 45 minutes. They go live at 1500 at 3 p.m. our time, as you can see. And I believe they will do that today at 1500, and I'm not sure when the next one after that, but presumably 1500 tomorrow as well. So we'll have a look at that. That's at 10 in the morning, Saturday morning, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, that's our Sydney Hobart report update, unless anybody else in the chat has something for us. And again, if anybody has a video of those boats from this year of the past, that would be fun to have, and would use that on our Tuesday show for sure. Julia?
Yes, sir.
What happened this day in history? This is easy. 1492.
Oh, yes.
And you can tell I was being lazy. I didn't grab anything too exciting because I was doing that watch party last night and wanted to have a little dinner and fall into bed and get ready to do today's show. That is Christopher Columbus, who was born in Italia, lived from 1451 to 1506. What did he do on this day in history?
Well, probably just discovered the island off of the coast of America.
And Columbus landed in the Bahamas in 1492, sailing on behalf of the Spanish crown in a new attempt to find a western route to Asia, as you all know.
Right.
He made 4 voyages to the New World, including the Antilles, Venezuela, as Harry Henderson would have said, Venezuela, yeah. And Central America. He served as governor in Hispaniola, but was later dismissed on charges of cruelty, tyranny for his harsh rule. When he returned to Spain, he was imprisoned, but later released by King Ferdinand, after which he completed his 4th and final voyage. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Yes. He sailed and sailed and sailed and sailed to find this land for me and you. I don't think I've sung that since 1st grade.
Oh, I think it was admirable.
Huh?
That was admirable.
60 plus years ago, Julia. I'm inspired.
Remember it well.
I'm inspired by Blake.
Yes.
In his comment in the chat.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. He was he founded the first Spanish settlement in the New World on this day. La Navidad, the birth, the Navidad, is founded by Christopher Columbus at the site of modern, how do you pronounce that? In Haiti, Mole Saint Nicolas. In Haiti, Mole, how do you pronounce that? Mole Saint Nicolas.
No, it's not Mole.
How do you say that?
I don't know.
In Haiti, you're the francophone here.
I know.
After the Santa Maria ran aground, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria runs aground and is wrecked.
Aha.
That's what happened on this day in history, 1492, which gets us to the last leg. I said it'd be a shorter show today. Well, about an hour and 20 minutes in, and we're to the last leg, which is a good sign. And what happened also this week, Julia, that we are celebrating belatedly. It's another Fosey Focus. It's another Fosey Focus.
Okay.
Friends of Sailing Illustrated, somebody turned 70 years old.
Oh, that.
We briefly mentioned it on Tuesday.
All right.
But it was apparently a hell of a party with a great selection of French and Australian and maybe other wines.
I bet.
And it looks like they consumed it all, because then they got into singing Piano Man. That's Alistair. What a fun guy.
Absolutely.
I've known him forever, and he's just a party animal, but he loves life. He loves
gets better and better.
And yes, exactly. 70 years young. Happy birthday, Alistair. Happy belated birthday. That was a couple days ago. But our Super Fuzzy, President Emeritus of Australian Sailing, Alistair Murray, Bravo Zulu, and happy birthday. Julia.
Sir.
We're to your favorite segment. And we have a few here. Again, the way we started the show, we end the show. This is by way of Christmas greetings. These recognize that beautiful country. That's the North Shore looking back, I believe, toward Auckland. I'm not quite sure. But that is Richard Gladwell. He sends that as Christmas greetings for everybody. That's how they spent their, I believe, Christmas Day.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Fantastic out there on their deck. And he, as I say, he lives over there on the North Shore, just on the other side from Auckland.
Oh, yes.
There, that hat is so cool. It's almost obscene.
Yes.
That's our good friend out in Long Beach, John Sangmeister. And that hat wiggles, Julia.
Yes.
It moves and lights up, and it's, as I said, it's almost obscene. It's so funny, but Sangmeister wears that every Christmas, and he is a fabulous Fozy.
He is.
And speaking of fabulous Fozy,
I love this picture.
There's Jody up. He's in Vancouver near, what's the big mountain, the ski mountain? Was it Whistler? They're up there, and then they're going to drive to Calgary. That's a bit of a drive. And then they're going to fly home after that. But he's up there with his family, Christmas holiday. He actually sent me, he pinged me on something, FaceTime or something yesterday. He's in the hot tub there. That is, of course, our dear friend and regular communicant, regular contributor to this show, Jody Shields, wishing everybody a very happy Christmas, as you would say. We say Merry Christmas, but a lot of you say Happy Christmas. This, a bit of a funny, Julia, just to be perfectly clear, the wise men are saying, these gifts are for your birthday and Christmas. I wonder how often that's happened to Alistair.
Yes.
You know, Alistair, his birthday is what, a day or two before Christmas?
Yeah, I discovered.
I think it was the 24th. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I discovered that I have 25 friends who were born on Christmas Day.
You have 25 friends? On Christmas Day?
Yes.
That's extraordinary. That's because you have so many friends.
But I mean, some of his friends and their children. But I mean.
Look at this. If you're giving presents, it's one or the other, not both. No, it is both. Chris' birthday and Christmas.
Yeah.
Mr. Dr. Andrew McIrvin sent that, and then predictably, you can guess who sent this. My joints are stiff, Santa is saying to his other Santa. Well, you're rolling them too tight. That came from Ryman.
Oh, he has the best collection.
He does. He comes up with these. Blake is saying that his beloved mother had her 93rd birthday last Friday. My dad's about to turn 93. I talked to my dad yesterday. He's
good.
Sounding in good shape. Christmas Day is my youngest son's birthday, Chris Fury says. Be sure to stop off in Banff. It may be Banff where they're nearby. Alan Long is saying, and I think they are intending to do a little bit of skiing on one or the other. Only Jody would sunbathe in the snow. Ted Ryman.
Not so. Not there.
Ted Ryman. Yeah. That's, you're rolling them too tight, Julia. And for a non-Christmas one to get us out of the Christmas mood now and get us back into regularly scheduled program, I say, Watson, I think we found a boat. No ship, Sherlock. Dumb, but fantastic, funny. Thanks, John Lambert's Van Buren. We're going to get John on here. By the way, that should be small v. I don't believe he uses a capital V in his name. That is a typo from me. Or should I say our graphics department, Julia? Huh?
Yes. Blame it on the
John Lambert's Von Buren. And Blake, we always finish with his All the Smartest People Sail, Blake Middleton. Yeah, that's a good way to wrap this up. Clayton Embley saying, guess what their parents were doing on St. Patrick's Day, Julia? Well, I know daughter Meg she's not going to like me to say this, but her birthday is in late September, September 25th, and she was conceived on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Bottle of Moet. I'm not kidding.
Oh, that's why you wanted to name her.
I wanted to name Meg Moet because of that, but also because I figured Bruno Troublé would keep her and us in Champagne for life.
Yes.
If we named our daughter Moet. I mean, how many kids do you know named Moet?
None at the present.
You know, how many people? You've got the soccer stars who everybody knows by their first name.
Yeah.
Cher.
Yeah.
All these other movie stars and so on. Cher, Madonna.
Right.
And Moet. I thought it was perfect. Leslie would not hear of it. She said, there is no way we're going to name our daughter Moet, even though it was a New Year's Eve conception, we're pretty sure. Thank God we're to the finish line, Julia. And you like to say?
Yes. This is more than a request. It's a desperate request to have you like, follow, and share.
Oh, we're never desperate. It's not a desperate request.
No, but people say, I'll do that next time. I'll do that next time.
It's a polite request. Comments are welcome, even in replay. Alan Long is saying, Mum, that's a joke. Mum Champagne, get it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's clever. And we also like to say thank you to all of you who support us via patreon.com/join/Sailing Illustrated. Thanks very much for your support. Thanks also to everybody who gave us audio, video. Somebody asked me the other day what those come on. What do those code flags say?
Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you to everybody who gave us audio, video, and images for today's show, of which there is the usual long list. Blake is saying cheers and thanks, and all the smartest sailing people around the world. We do have a smart, cool group. You know, they're cool. It's just a cool group.
Yeah.
Not a single coarse word, no name calling, no personal attacks, nothing but fun, good-spirited, good humor.
And I learn something every single show.
Well, I learned a lot about cricket today. More than I wanted to know, I think. Check in one last time on the tracker, on the tracker.ee/SH for Sydney Hobart. And what is the delta now? The delta is, go up here, DTL is what we want, the distance to leader 0, so it's 5.4. It's actually gone up a little bit. There's Master Lock Comanche. There is, beg your pardon, there is Law Connect. So they've gone from 4.6 at the start of the show to 5.4 nautical mile. Oh, so nice to deal with nautical miles. Come on, Russell and Larry, get with the program. That's it. And the third place boat, of course, now Scallywag. Lucky is in 4th. Palm Beach 11 in 5th.
They're doing their job.
Okay. Julia, thank you very much. We are going to do another couple shows next week. And we're back on our regular schedule now, every Tuesday and Friday.
Yes.
At 1300 Pacific, which this time of year is 2100 UTC. We hope you have a great weekend wherever in the world you are, and hope to see you next Tuesday, same time, same channels. In the meantime, sail fast, sail safe, and have fun. Ciao for now.